We'll proceed in vector and commercial calculus. Long discussion, long discussion we are pursuing in vector and commercial calculus. But it is worth it. Why it is worth it, that we will see. It will break many of the algorithm that is available right now in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Because calculus, vector, and algebra, it makes the electronic circuit complete. Complete in the sense that there is nothing left beyond it. Everything comes into this scenario: vector, algebra, and calculus. Algebra gives a kind of a phenomenon. Algebra gives a kind of touch, one kind of a sense of feeling that everything, that it is variable. The variability is brought in by algebra. It would be whatever we are thinking. It should be in terms of some abstract notation. That is the better word. In abstract way, if we are defining something, abstract way. Okay, abstract way. What do you mean by abstract way? Like I have given example that from like uh, uh, from A to B and A to C. What is the distance between what how much A to B? There is a point called A. There is point called B. There is point called C. From A there is a distance between A and B. From A there is a distance between A and C. Distance between A and C and distance between A and B, how much, what is the relationship? Someone would say that the actual distance between A and B is 50 kilometer. Actual distance from A and C is 100 kilometer or 75 kilometer. 50 kilometer, 75 kilometer. No. Tell me the relationship. I don't want the exact distance. I want the relationship. Okay, one is 50 kilometer, one is 75 kilometer. But if algebra comes, then it will say one is x and another is 1.5x. Okay, if we need something in abstract way, later you can make it filled with a different numeric value. Then algebra comes into the picture. So algebra is extremely useful where concept of variable comes into the picture. Okay, if variable are in dependent and independent component, if the algebra falls in dependent and independent component, then primitive calculus comes into the picture for the calculation, where we need multiplication and we need division. Multiplication, as I always say, multiplication between y and x is y into x. Okay, if y is dependent upon x, means y is a function over x, then multiplication of fx and x is not y into x or fx into x. Fx into dx. That is the actual multiplication. If y is dependent upon x, if y and x are independent to each other, then y into x, if I want to multiply, then it is yx. You can, someone can say, if it is multiplication, then it is two sides of a rectangle. Means you are indirectly you are calculating the area. Y into x is the area of a shape where one side is x and one side is y. If both are independent to each other, y into x. If y is dependent upon x, then y can be written as function over x, f x into x, function over x into x. If someone multiplies it, then it becomes fx dx. This is integral calculus. When algebra is in dependent and independent form, then multiplication becomes integral calculus and division becomes a differential calculus. So that is what is y by x. If y and x are independent to each other, then y by x. If y is dependent upon x, then fx by x is not true. Fx by dx. This is then differentiate. This kind of explanation is not available in any of the book. All are running behind modern calculus. Modern calculus, it takes delta x, delta y here and there, and delta x tends to 0 and delta y tends to 0, and then calculate it and then expand it from limit unnecessarily without any use, nothing, crap. Okay, if you go with the primitive calculus, then it will talk about division and multiplication. That is the base of mathematics. Anyway, base of mathematics is addition only. From addition, everything has come up. From addition, negative has come, subtraction has come. Subtraction is addition only, direction is different. That's it. If A, that's why we will come to vector. A plus A. What is A plus A? A plus A is 2A. A minus A, wrong. A minus A is 0, wrong. A plus in braces minus A, that is true. There is nothing called subtraction in mathematics. Nothing. Everything is addition only. A minus A is wrong statement. A plus and in braces minus A. You are adding A with another A, and another A is in opposite direction. Okay, if from here to here, if I shift something and I say A, A, then again one more A plus A. Here you will see 2A. A minus A plus minus A. Minus A means A will move from here to here in opposite direction, means from here to here. So if I am seeing how much I am getting here, then A came here and then A is coming here in opposite direction. So at this point there is nothing. Okay, so minus is nothing but reverse direction. That's it. You reverse the direction, you can make their sign as minus. Similarly, multiplication is repeated addition. A, A plus A plus A plus A 5 times, you can simply write A into 5. This is a shorthand, nothing more than that. Multiplication is repeated addition. Similarly, if you say division, then certainly it would be repeated subtraction or something like that. So division, people, they make a shortcut something by something. If I say 10 by 2, 10 by 2 means 10, you have to subtract from 10 2 times. Okay, what you subtract 10 by 2 2 times means 5. From 10 you subtract 5 and 10 you subtract 5. Then only you will subtract 2 times. Then it is 2, or 10 minus 5 minus 5 2 times. Okay, 10 by 2. Or someone would say 10 multiplied by 0.5. People can also say like that. Division is multiplication only. Okay, 10 by 2, 10 into 1 by 2, 10 into 0.5, 10, 0.5 you add 10 times, or 10 you add 0.5 times, whatever is feasible. So that is also division. Similarly, if you want 10 into 5, 10 into 5, consider both are represented through algebra. One is y and one is x. Okay, if y and x are independent to each other, then it is yx. Y by x division, if they are independent to each other, y by x. If y is dependent upon x, y is a function over x, then multiplication will come as y dx. Division will come as dy or y by dx. Y by dx, not dy by dx. That is wrong. Y by dx. Multiplication will become y into dx instead of x dx. Dx means after d, whatever is there, that is independent component. They save it saying dx. Or someone can write also like y and in braces x, means x is independent and outside of whatever is there that is dependent, or y dx. Similarly, in division, y is dependent and x is independent, y by dx. But people write dy by dx. That is actually wrong. It is y by dx. D came in front of x because x is independent and numerator y is dependent, and we are trying to divide it. Okay, so this is primitive. calculus. It starts from, but nowadays delta x tends to, I could never understand this delta x throughout my life. If you want to do something, then consider delta x, delta y, delta z tends to 0. Then consider this, then consider that, consider this, then bring this, then integrate it over from what is integration, what is delta, what is y, what is z. No one understands, and people feel algebra is the nothing but it, calculus is nothing but next to boring only. Okay, if you want to earn some number in exam, then only you go for calculus. Otherwise I can never understand this calculus, because calculus they have never associated it with normal addition and multiplication, because a human brain maximum it understand addition only. That's it. Neither it understands subtraction, multiplication, division. Who understand that much? Then people say don't worry, multiplication, subtraction, division all are addition only, don't worry. Okay, and then if it comes in algebra, dependent, independent, then we go for calculus. But net aim of mathematics to bring everything in numerical addition only. Then only normal person would understand. Delta x tends to 0 and delta y tends to 0, and the limit is from A to B, and then you expand. No one understands. Unnecessary bang bang. And that's why see the condition of artificial intelligence projects nowadays. 75% of projects they are scrapped. They are no more. Full money gone in vain, and see the condition of American president now. How he is dying for single dollar. Because so if you make anything unnecessarily complex, then this is what will happen. Anyway, keep watching our video. It will make life very easy. That is the aim of our mathematics calculus video. That is the idea. That any layman would understand what is algebra, what is anyway. We talked about calculus, we talked about algebra. If you add direction in the algebra, if you make direction in the algebra or numerical science anywhere, then it becomes vector. A plus A. A plus A is 2A, wrong. AI, AI plus AI or A vector plus A vector is 2A. A vector plus A minus A vector is 0, because one is along this direction, another is opposite direction, plus. Or I vector. A is magnitude, I is the direction, I is x-axis. A I vector, the unit vector. A I vector plus A plus A, magnitude is A only, plus A minus I vector in opposite direction. This is the better word, best word for subtraction. AI plus A and in bracket make minus I vector. This is vector. In a vector, the things comes more clear fashion. And this is actually, so vector, wow, I never thought that vector would be this much interesting. Vector makes anything complete. If it is numerical science, then 2i plus 2 minus I. If it is algebra, xi plus x minus I plus j, I plus j, I plus minus j. I minus j is wrong. I plus minus j, or minus or y minus I plus xj. This is now algebra or variable vector. Anyway, we are in mood now to do some we were doing something in the flux calculation. Flux. Flux means if there is a liquid that is passing through a surface, then how much liquid comes out of this surface. If liquid velocity is v vector and surface area vector that is perpendicular to the surface, many times we have described. If this is surface area, then surface area vector is perpendicular to this surface. This side perpendicular surface vector is this, and this side perpendicular vector is this. Okay, if velocity a liquid is passing through the surface, then how much liquid is come out depends upon the direction of the velocity vector and direction of the area vector. If velocity vector is going along x-axis, this is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis. If velocity is going towards x-axis and area vector is like this, area vector is like this, means area, if this is the area, area vector is like this, velocity is like this, then velocity vector and area vector, they are perpendicular to each other. Means nothing will pass through this surface. Liquid will pass through, but if surface is like this, full liquid will pass. How much liquid will pass out? Volume, meter cube per second. Velocity is meter per second. Surface area is meter square, meter cube per second. If that is the case, the net flux come out is velocity vector dot product with the area vector. So there, what this is what we have seen. Then we saw there is something called flux density. Flux density means if I have a 3D shape, if I have a 3D shape, and from here liquid is entering and from here liquid is coming out. From a surface, if liquid is entering, then we say the flux is negative because area vector is outside and liquid is entering, then area vector and liquid direction are opposite to each other. Whereas this side, area vector is outside, area vector is perpendicular to the area. Area vector and liquid are in same, more or less same direction. So here flux is positive. Flux density means how much is the flux coming out of the surface divided by the volume. It is same as if liquid is passing like this and capital F is the liquid velocity vector, then df by dx, how much liquid is changing, velocity is changing along x-axis, plus how much is the velocity that is changing along y-axis, how much is the velocity of the liquid changing along z-axis. If I know that, then df1 by, if f is the velocity vector, then f1, f2, f3, these three are the xyz component. df1 by dx plus df2 by dy plus df3 by dz is the net divergence or flux density. Flux density means how much is the flux coming out of the surface because of this velocity vector divided by the volume of the vector. Same as how much this velocity vector x component is changing, that is f1. Velocity vector f equal to f1i plus f2j plus f3k. X component, that is f1. How much this velocity vector x component is changing along x-axis, along y-axis, along z-axis. If you add all those, then it becomes the divergence. That is same as flux density. Divergence in the sense that if velocity is passing this surface and it is coming out, liquid is coming out, and the coming out velocity is more, means inside that there is a point which is mixing the liquid. That's why velocity is growing. So at that point there is a divergence. Liquid is diverging from there. Since it is diverging from there, so liquid that is entering, liquid is diverging, more liquid are generated there. So velocity is increasing and net velocity, because surface area, inside surface area, outside surface area is same, or someone can understand in better word with a cylinder. Like if there is a cylinder, then some liquid is entering through the surface and liquid is coming out of the surface. If both surface area is same, then liquid entering here and it is coming out with different velocity, then inside that there is a divergence point. There liquid is diverging and it is adding to it and velocity is growing. If velocity entering and growing are different, means velocity is changing along x-axis. df1 by dx is there. If df1 by dx is negative, means liquid is coming towards the center. If df1 by dx is positive, then liquid is coming out from the center. There is a divergence there. Okay. So now we came to flux density and divergence. Both are same thing. Either you calculate the net flux divided by the volume or calculate the net divergence. df1 by dx plus df2 by dy plus df3 by dz. Okay, now we know that df1 by dx, if it is negative, I'm, I'm calculating at a point. Divergence is calculated at a point. Flux density has no meter. Flux is meter cube per second divided by the meter cube is per second only. There is no meter out there. Okay, if there is no meter out there, okay, if there is no meter out there, flux density is calculated at a particular point. Net flux out of this surface divided by the volume, where volume tends to zero. If volume tends to zero, means we are trying to calculate flux density or or divergence at a particular point. At that point, how much is the energy is diverging? That is positive divergence. How much energy is coming at that point? It is behaving like a whole. Then divergence is negative. If I say I have velocity f1 I plus f2 j plus f3 k, f1 is the x component, f2 is y component, f3 is z component. df1 by dx means along x-axis liquid is coming towards origin. If I am calculating at origin, anyone can calculate divergence at any point. Df1 by dx, like I gave example, minus xi plus y by 2j plus z by 2k, divergence would be 0. Means liquid is coming from x-axis, liquid is coming towards center, and same liquid, half of it is going toward y-axis and half of the liquid going toward z-axis, because df2 by dx is half positive, df3 by dz is half positive, df1 by dx minus 1 negative. Means at center there is no divergence point there. Whatever liquid is coming, it is going in y and z direction. That's why divergence is 0. Divergence is 0 only in two cases. One is you add df1 by df1 by dx plus df2 by dy plus df3 by dz, and it becomes 0. Means every component has non-zero divergence, but if you add, it becomes 0. Means at particular point, whatever the liquid is coming toward the point, same liquid, that amount of the liquid that is collected at that point, that liquid is flowing in other direction, or liquid is coming from two sides, and more liquid is accumulating at that point. That much liquid is going in third side. So there is no liquid getting stored out there. In that sense, divergence is 0. Or if velocity field is a numeric vector field, then again divergence is 0. Like ai plus x, ai plus bj plus ck, a, b, c are number. 2i plus 3.5j plus 1.5k. If you calculate divergence df1 by dx plus df2 by dy, df3 by dz, 0. So if I say my velocity vector has divergence 0, you can assume that this is a numerical vector by default, because divergence is 0. No. My velocity vector is not numerical vector. It is algebraic vector, but it is behaving same. Divergence is 0. Mean divergence is 0 for the numeric vector also. In mathematics, wherever this vector is, I can just assign it to numeric vector, claiming divergence is 0. Okay, now question is arising that prove that if divergence is 0 for a vector, any vector f, if divergence is 0, then if I am calculating flux, that is f dot d area vector, then this flux will also be 0. Net flux can be calculated through divergence. That is divergence or flux density into d of volume. Please watch previous video where we have demonstrated why it should not be volume. The flux density into volume would give the flux again. But why it is flux density into d of volume, not volume? Why it is integral calculus? Because there is dependency and independency is there. dv, that is dx, dy, dz in Cartesian coordinate, x, y, z are independent, where flux density, that is function over x, y, z, that is dependent. If independent and dependent comes into the picture, density is dependent, and volume is independent. That is 4 dimension we are talking now. In that case, it will be dv. So flux density into d of volume is also gives the flux. But question is that if flux density of a velocity field f is 0, prove that the flux, that is f vector dot area vector, will always be 0 on a closed surface. This is a closed surface. This is not a closed surface. Okay, closed surface, something I make like this. This is a closed surface where this side and this side I am talking with the hand, and this side. If I combine all three, one is this side, curved side, one is this side, one is this side, then it becomes a closed surface. If it becomes a closed surface, then prove that if there is a velocity field, velocity of liquid that is passing, and its divergence is 0 at a particular point or 0 at all. If it is 0 at all, then this velocity field, that is f vector dot F vector dot area of this full volume. Closed surface means fully closed. This is open surface. This is open surface. This is closed from this side. This is closed from this side, but it is open from this side. Not, I'm not talking about anything open. Now it is closed surface. Now it becomes a full-fledged volume. Okay, for a closed surface, if there is a velocity field that is passing through and divergence of velocity field is zero, then prove that for that velocity field, the net flux coming out of it. Net flux, what is the net flux? Net flux, if this is the cylinder, then net flux means the velocity liquid is entering here and coming out from here. If this is x-axis, then velocity is purely in x-axis, or velocity is somewhere like this that has component in x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. If that is the case, then whatever it is flowing like this. If divergence of this velocity field is zero, I consider this as numeric vector. Numeric vector means it is everywhere it is parallel. I plus j plus k, that is a numeric vector. That is, you can take anywhere this vector will be like this only. This is x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. This is I plus j plus k. You take anywhere this vector will be like this only. But if you take a vector called xi plus yj plus zk, this is algebraic vector. If this is a center, then this vector will be radial. Everywhere you see direction is different. Here it was making this much with x-axis. Now here it is making 90 degrees with the x-axis. The direction is different. This is xi plus yj plus zk, r vector. Or if it is I plus j plus k, now everywhere it is, see, this constant direction only. So if divergence of a vector field is zero, I consider the vector is constant vector. Constant vector dot product with the area vector will always result into flux zero. Flux zero means whatever the liquid that is entering the surface, same amount of liquid will come out. That is called flux equal to zero. Flux, the net amount of volume of the liquid that is coming out of a closed surface. Zero means whatever is entering, same is exiting. If more is exiting, then velocity is more while exiting. And that sense, you have df1 by dx plus df2 by dy plus df3 by dz is non-zero. Anyway, so we tried first making the life easy. Then we tried it on xy plane in 2D. Consider there is a vector called ai plus bj. That is numeric vector ai plus bj, and there is a two dimension. This is on xy plane, and then liquid is passing like this. Let's calculate the integral, line integral, that is this vector dot product with the displacement vector. Okay, now if dot product is coming as a dot product should come as zero in a closed loop. Closed loop, if I can, instead of velocity vector, if I consider as force vector into displacement vector, force vector dot product with the displacement vector, force vector dot product with the displacement vector is the net energy, net work done. So force vector dot product with displacement vector should be zero if force vector is numerical vector, same direction. Everywhere force vector is in same direction, numerical vector. Okay, if it is numerical vector, then the work done or energy calculation is zero. If energy calculation in a closed loop it is zero, then force vector is considered as path independent. That we have seen in long back in the curl computation. If force vector dot product with the displacement vector in a closed loop, if it is zero, then force vector is considered as path independent. If it is path independent line, we tried with a circle. If it is a circle, then force vector dot line vector is the work done, or force vector dot d of position vector. This is what we have seen. Force vector dot d of position vector. If there is a point called x comma y, from center if I draw a line, this is called position vector. Force vector d of differentiation of position vector. Position vector differentiation will be like this. Along the curve, force vector d of position vector will be the net energy. Position vector is xi plus yj. If I talk in Cartesian in polar coordinate, x equal to, consider this radius is 1, x equal to radius cos theta. I can take y equal to radius sin theta. It becomes d of cos theta plus sin theta. That becomes minus sin theta d theta minus sine, I'm sorry, d of position vector. Position vector is xi plus yj. D of xi plus yj. X can be replaced with cos theta. D of cos theta I vector plus sin theta j vector. Dot product with position with the velocity vector or force vector. Force vector is numeric. This is what we consider because divergence is 0. AI plus bj dot product with d of cos theta I plus sin theta j, then it becomes d of minus, then it becomes minus sin theta d theta I plus cos theta d theta j. If you do dot product, it becomes a minus sin theta d theta plus b cos theta d theta net. Now you have to do integration. In circle, theta means 0 to pi, once 1 and then pi to 0. Two sections we will take. First integration is 0 to pi, another is pi to 0. Now do the net integration with theta. So a minus sine theta d theta, a minus sine theta d theta. Okay, and that is the kind of okay, and another is b cos theta d theta. Okay, if that is the case, then a minus sine theta d theta. If we do integration, it will become a cos theta only. Okay, it will become a cos theta only, and other b cos theta integration b sin theta only. Net will become a cos theta b sin theta back, a cos theta b sin theta back. 0 to pi sin theta component will go away, a cos theta whatever it comes, then again you do with pi to 0 because you are adding calculating with full cut, it will become 0 1. So for the closed surface, someone can try with the dx also. In that sense, ai plus bj dot product d of xi plus yj, it becomes a dx plus b dy. Y is dy by dx into dx. Y is the square root of 1 square plus x square. That is a circle. By dx, it becomes minus x by a square root of 1 square minus x square. It becomes a dx minus bx divided by square root of 1 square minus x square dx. Full becomes a square root of 1 square minus x square minus bx divided by square root of 1 square minus x square dx. Integration of x is from a to minus a and minus a to a back. Someone can try. Okay, so it will become 0. So in closed loop in two dimension, it is 0 indeed. Anyway, but idea is in a closed surface, the integration means velocity vector dot area vector should be 0 if divergence of velocity vector is 0. Then it is ai plus bj plus ai plus bj plus ck dot product with the area vector. Now, if I see the area vector, if I see the area vector, then let's area vector, then it will be minus dz by dx I minus dz by dy j plus k dx dy. Okay, then you will, if you are taking, if someone is taking Cartesian coordinate for a sphere, 3D I am taking a sphere and velocity ai plus bj plus zk is passing like this. Net flux should be 0. ai plus bj plus zk dot product with the minus dz by dxi minus dz by dyj plus k dx dy. This is the area vector that we have computed. But if I take Cartesian coordinate, then x, y, z, we have x, y, z, x, y plane and one is z. Means this is centered at the origin. Then half of it will be x, y plane. Now we have to do integration with the dx, dy, dx, dy. That is the area vector. Now z, if I take z, then z is square root of a square minus x square minus y square. If radius is 1, then x square plus y square plus z square equal to 1 square. This is the formula for a sphere. Z equal to square root of 1 square plus minus x square minus y square. That is the above xy plane. Another is below xy plane, because this is centered at the origin. This is xy plane, top hemisphere and bottom hemisphere. If I want total flux, then 1z I have to do this two times. Ai plus bj plus zk dot product with minus dz by dx minus dz by dy plus k dx dy. I have to do with two times. One is z equal to square root of 1 square minus x square minus y square. One is z equal to minus square root of 1 square minus x square minus y square, because z is equally down also. If you add this, it should become 0. No, no, no. Tell me one formula only. I don't want upper hemisphere and lower hemisphere. In that sense, someone has to proceed in spherical coordinate system. Then dz by dx, dz by dx, dz by dy plus k. Let's go little behind. The net flux is velocity vector dot area vector. Area vector is same as d of area position vector. D of area position vector. That is same as dp. dp is same as dp by dxy plane into dxy plane. That is same as dp by dx cross dp by dy, where position vector is xi plus yj plus zk. Okay, if I take any point P from center, if I draw position vector xi plus yj plus zk. In that sense, it becomes minus dz by dx minus dz by dy plus k, and then dxy plane dx dy. If someone is thinking a spherical coordinate system, then in spherical coordinate system, the surface has radius constant. Everywhere surface has radius constant. Whatever radius I can take 1 also. But this angle, theta angle and phi angle, these are the three orthogonal components in a spherical coordinate system. Theta and vertical is phi. Then I can say dp is same as dp by d theta phi plane into d theta phi plane. dp by d theta cross dp by d phi, where p is xi plus yj plus zk. X is radius, radius, radius I have taken, if radius I have taken 1, radius sine phi cos theta, that is x, or sine phi cos theta, sine phi cos theta I, plus sine phi sine theta j, that is y, plus cos phi k. Okay, d by d theta cross same by d phi. D of radius sine phi cos theta I plus radius sine phi sine theta j plus radius cos phi k by d theta, cross product d of same thing by d phi. Okay, if you do this cross product, then it will come as sine phi minus sine theta I vector plus sine phi cos theta j vector plus 0, nothing. Cross product with cos phi cos theta I plus cos phi sin theta j plus minus sin phi k. Do cross product, whatever comes, do dot product with ai plus bj plus zk d theta d phi. Okay, I believe I would do in the next session. There is too much time now. Actually, I tried it personally, okay, on pen and paper, and it comes as 0. We will take more interesting example. So if divergence of any velocity vector is 0, means velocity vector is a numerical vector, I can consider it. Someone will say if it is algebraic vector, I say it can be numerical also, because for numeric divergence is 0. Then prove that flux will always be 0. No, no, in numerical means ai plus bj plus zk I can take. Dot product with the area vector will give the flux. If I take any spherical shape, then area vector will become d of position vector. D of position vector by d of theta phi vector, theta phi plane into d of theta phi plane. That is dp by d theta cross dp by d phi. Position vector is xi plus yj plus zk. That is r sin phi cos theta I plus r sin phi sin theta j plus cos phi k. That is d by d theta d by d phi. Whatever comes now, dot product with ai plus bj plus, it will be very interesting. And then whatever comes, integrate with the d theta d phi, where phi is 0 to pi, full 0 to pi. It takes top hemisphere and bottom hemisphere both. And theta is 2 pi. Full sphere it will take in one go. And very interesting, it should come as 0. We can take it as per assignment. And let's see if it really comes as 0. Don't mind supporting us. +91 is the India country code. 94831 60610 is the telephone number. 94831 60610 is the telephone number. +91 is the India country.